Good morning, Marshfield. I'm Rachel Andrews, Executive Director of the Marshfield Area Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Rob Jones, President of the Marshfield Area Chamber of Commerce. And this morning, we are actually in Patriot Park. Down, if you don't know where Patriot Park is, it's right by the pool in Marshfield. And what we're doing today is going through the Marshfield Remembers, which is a commemorative event for 9/11. So we're going to show you some things going on. We have some great guests. We're going to talk about some of the other things that happened as well. So with that, how about Ryan? Let's show them the Marshfield Remembers logo, just so they know what we're looking at here. And again, it's at Patriot Park.
And you can come down anytime today. Is it till about 8 o'clock tonight? And then they're going to have a program this evening as well.
8 to 9:30 tonight.
Yep.
And we'll come back on some of that as well.
Yep.
So if we could real quick, let's jump to a commercial break and let's get that knocked out, because this is going to be not our normal format.
Yeah.
We're going to basically spend all of our time.
Welcome to Whispering Oaks Golf Course, located in Marshfield, Missouri, alongside historic Route 66. From the clubhouse to the grounds and to the course, our members and the community take pride in this wonderful course. So when you are ready to tee it up and play some golf, come make Whispering Oaks your golf course destination. You will be glad you came, and as always, have a great day.
All right, and we're back. So just to help you understand what's going on around us, you'll see a lot of bodies moving around. This morning, the mayor is actually giving tours to students around the event, as well as they have some videos and a tent set up. So all this is just to educate the students on 9/11, what happened, and again, help them understand our commemorative event. Rachel,
Absolutely.
How about our guests today?
Yes. Well, thank you to Fred Savage and Michael Taylor for joining us this morning.
Absolutely.
If you wouldn't care, Fred, if you wouldn't care to give us just a little bit of a bit of background about yourself, and then Michael, if you wouldn't care to do the same, and then
Sure.
We'll just go from there.
Yeah, Fred Savage has been a permanent staple of emergency medical services in Webster County for 40 years. Run as the Eastern Regional Manager, so I run all the ambulance operations, not only in Webster County, but in Douglas County as well. And that's what I do in my spare time.
What you do? Oh my goodness!
And you already had a trying morning this morning, right?
Oh yeah.
So found himself almost walking down the highway.
Yeah, things break.
Down. Oh no!
But
well, that's
thank you for taking
good.
the time to get here.
I made it.
Well, thank you, Michael.
I'm Michael Taylor. I'm the fire chief for Marshfield Fire Protection District. I've been with the district at one capacity or another for 36 years in August. So I currently oversee the operations of the district, our 5 stations and our staff. We run a lot of calls every year. We run 1,800 calls a year and keep the guys really busy.
Yeah.
So Michael, why don't we talk a little bit about the bell and the bell ceremony, and just kind of give us an idea of what's going on, what this is all about.
Well, this is our ceremonial bell. This bell does have some really significant history. So just talk about the history of the bell a little bit. So prior to radios and telephones, fire service used these bells along with telegraphs to communicate. And so bells similar to this would have been used. They would have been rang to let the firefighters know when they're at beginning of shift and end of shift, when calls were going out for service, and when they were completed. And then also when a firefighter was lost in the line of duty, historically they did a 5-5-5. So it was 5 rings followed by a pause, 5 followed by a pause, and then 5 followed by a pause. And that let all the stations know that there had been a firefighter lost. In modern times, we continue that tradition in regards to at firefighter funerals. We ring the bell, and now it's changed a little bit. Now it's rang 3 times, then a pause, and 3 times, then a pause, and 3 times, then a pause. And this bell will actually ring tonight for the first time at the event this evening. But this bell has been rung many times. This bell originally belonged to the Missouri Funeral Assistance Team.
Wow.
And this bell actually rang for the 19 firefighters that died in Prescott, Arizona, the Hot Shots,
Yes.
back in
Wow.
2013. And then we had a incident happen ourselves in 2013. Where we lost Lieutenant Matthew Blankenship, and this bell rang at that funeral. After that, we purchased this bell. And this bell also rang for Deputy Chief Ed Noland in 2015. So this bell has also rang for some non-line of duty deaths throughout our county and the area. So it's got quite a little history behind it.
Yeah.
Good,
Wow.
good. Well, and that's the thing, especially like today in New York City, there's always a bell ringing ceremony, right? And they'll ring for each of the victims,
Right.
correct?
Correct.
So, and so no, go ahead.
And it will also be at our 9/11 stair climb, which will be this Saturday at the high school football field, and it will do similar to what you're talking about. It will ring every time someone completes their climb, and so that climb will be in memory of the 343 firefighters that were lost on 9/11. So,
Wow.
So then behind us, we actually have, there's 2,977 flags on display here for each person lost in 9/11, firefighters, police officers as well. And a lot of things bad happened that day, but I think one of the things that was the country pulled together, right?
Yep.
And firefighters and police officers truly got the respect that maybe they hadn't gotten for a long time. And I think that's carried over all these years since then. Is that fair to say?
I think so. I think we as a country we've done a really good job of remembering 9/11 and remembering the lives that were lost that day. Events like this will keep that remembrance going. Absolutely.
And Ryan, we have photos and some videos of some of the things around here. Maybe starting with like the drone picture of the event or the flags from overhead. And from where we're at, we're having trouble seeing it, but it's up there and good. You can see the drone shot, so you see the layout. And each and every year, they change it. So it's not the same each year. Literally, you have a crowd come out here and lay it out. And then the banner that Ryan's showing, this has the 2,977 names on it. And Sign Effects had actually put this together for the city. It's hanging down here, again, just commemorating all those people that were lost that day.
Yeah.
It's quite the display that we have. And then also, we don't actually have video of it, but on the other side of the pool fence, there are drawings that the students have all done.
That's pretty
commemorating
neat.
9/11.
Yes.
So there's things from the actual plane impacts to 9/11 towers to all the commemoratives, etc. So that's gone real well. And the flags here, it's quite an operation watching them lay this out.
We came over the other day and was watching them.
Yeah, lay out
lay
grids.
it out. Yes.
And try to paint it.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
Painstaking detail.
Yeah. And it took them, I think they was working until late into the evening on Tuesday night. I could be wrong on that. I might have my days mixed up, but
Yeah, no,
there
well,
was
they
a
were
lot of work.
still work going on that morning.
Yeah, a
To get
lot
it
of
in
work.
place.
And it looks fantastic.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
really good. Really good.
So, kind of going back, what do you remember most? You guys are like me; you're old enough to remember that, right? So, what do you remember most from that day?
The one thing that I remember is the first thing in the morning, once the South Tower was struck by the first airplane, we were notified, our entire management staff, because we like to keep track of things, even though it's in New York City.
Right.
At that point, maybe you didn't think that it was going to be as big of a issue as it was, but we're notified. So we were all watching the news and making sure that we were keeping up on things. At 9:59, when the South Tower fell, is when everything changed, the first tower, because we didn't know how many people they had evacuated. We knew there was thousands and thousands of people in the building. We didn't know how many, or maybe everybody was evacuated, but we knew how many firefighters were in the building. We knew that when a building fell, I don't think there was a dry eye, because we knew there was hundreds of firefighters doing their job,
Right.
trying to get to the fire and put it out. And we knew that they lost their life. And then as the day unfolded and everything got even crazier and more stuff was happening, we started shifting from that to trying to figure out how we were going to operate in the next day, week,
Right.
months. And as everybody remembers, it became a very big challenge to secure fuel for fire
Yes.
Oh,
trucks and
yes.
ambulances.
Yes.
And we started talking to our suppliers and started reserving back supplies, because everybody in the United States filled up every vehicle that they
Yeah.
had
Immediately, yes.
Yeah.
and so we knew that there was going to be a major draw there. So we just went into planning and phase and trying to support the staff along with ourselves, as everybody was just absolutely shocked and in grief. And that kind of really took a long time to overcome. And just kind of going back to yesterday, it's kind of the same event yesterday, when everybody watched the news and seen what happened yesterday, and the feeling that everybody gets on a small portion of it, that really reiterated today, that really kind of bring back feelings of, well, where is our country, what are we doing, why can't we always be 9/12?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Everybody
Absolutely.
pulling together. And
Yeah.
I remember the Yankees were wearing NYPD hats, and I think even the Red Sox came out to play with the fire department hats
Yes.
on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So everybody was on board and trying to make things better and happen.
Yeah.
And then, Michael, how about you?
Well, so on that particular day, I was actually working for Fred. I was a paramedic then, and well, still am, but I was working for Cox. And my partner and I, Donnie Brake, I don't know if you knew him or not, but we were at a restaurant eating breakfast. And so what was kind of odd about that was, as people were talking and coming up to us in the restaurant saying, "Hey, did you hear about a plane had flown into the World Trade Center?" And we hadn't heard anything about it. It was pretty early in the morning. And uh, and I think maybe just a few days before that, there'd been some kind of incident where a plane had flown into something, and so we were thinking they were talking about that, and then a little bit later it became, oh no, there's something really wrong. So we went back to the station and turned the TV on in time to see the tower fall.
Mm-hmm.
And then we knew something was wrong.
Right.
And very much as to what Fred said, it was absolute shock. It was a lot to get our personnel in the mindset of what we had coming at us over the next several days, and securing supplies and equipment. I do remember I was assistant fire chief at that time. Chief Carlson was the fire chief, and we had a candlelight vigil. On the 12th, I believe, is when we did that. And what I remember about that was the outstanding, incredible turnout on the Marshfield Square for that candlelight vigil, and how Marshfield pulled together to support everybody that had lost their life that day. And that was an incredible sight, and something I'll always remember is the support that Marshfield provided to everyone. So.
And what gets lost too is people forget about the plane. I think it was Flight 93 that went down at
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We forget about the actual Pentagon.
Yeah.
Had the plane come into the Pentagon as
Since then, we've had the opportunity to go to every site. We've been to Pennsylvania, we've been to the Pentagon, and we've been to the World Trade Center a year after it happened when it was a 7-story hole. And we've been back twice now to the memorial there at World Trade Center, which is pretty touching. It's a reason to go to New York City.
Right. I've not been. That's one of the things I would like to do. Just haven't had an opportunity. Have you been?
No. Going to New York City, just for whatever reason, right? It's the stigma we all have, especially being rural people like we are, of going to New York City.
Well, my biggest fear would be the birds. But
so what do we have going on in the fire department? Or just in general, how's that?
So things are going really well. You know, back in 2020, we passed a levy, if you will, to annex the city of Marshfield, and then right after that, we passed a levy in order to fund the whole district to a level where we could hire full-time staff, and since then we've got a total of 12 that are full-time. We've got 3 on every day, minimum of 3, so, and then different hours that fluctuates, and then we still have a incredibly strong and dedicated group of volunteers. We have somewhere in the neighborhood of 45 to 50 active volunteers that are full-time crew support and get the trucks out of the house and make sure that we take care of Marshfield.
That's wonderful.
The surrounding area.
And one thing that doesn't get pushed out enough is how much a role Marshfield Fire plays in all the fire departments in Webster County Sheriff's Department, Highway Patrol, PDs play in the overall picture. We run 6,600 ambulance calls last year in Webster County, which is a pretty steep number. There's a ton of them calls where Marshfield Fire was instrumental in the safety and well-being of the patient and saving a life, because we only have 2 people on an ambulance. If I'm available and in the area, I'll respond with the crews as backup to help. But Marshfield Fire comes in a great deal of the time. That 1,700 calls you're talking about, there was a lot of them that were coming in helping with critical medical patients or trauma patients and assisting the ambulance service. So we all work really well together. We all back up each other.
That's wonderful.
And they play a major role that I don't think maybe everybody understands. They don't just fight fires.
Right.
They're absolutely every day assisting the ambulance service and getting things done. So.
Well, and sometimes you just help people that you talk to on the phone, because I called you a few months ago, or no, you had returned my phone call, and I said, Michael, I need help. And I was at somebody's house, and we couldn't get her burglar alarm to go off. And you had someone available, and you sent them over to the house and got that taken care of for us. So you do the critical stuff, and we're very appreciative of that. But even the small things, when you have time, you're able to send and help. And even something so small as that was a huge help to a citizen.
Every call to a citizen is an emergency, and my guys will treat it as
yes,
absolutely.
And Travis was who came to our rescue that day, and he just, I mean, to most people it wouldn't have been a big deal, but at that moment it wasn't critical, but
we keep our guys very busy.
Yes, they do. We were so thankful, so incredibly.
They do a great job.
Yes,
we're very proud of our firefighters, both career and volunteer.
Yes,
but those numbers. I mean, I don't think we all take it for granted. I mean, we're talking almost call it an hour, right? I mean, those kind of numbers you're talking about.
Yeah, we have 4 ambulances in Webster County, and they stay busy.
Oh man, wow.
And even if you do 1,700, we're talking 5 to 6 fire calls a day, right? So that's quite a bit.
Yeah, there's days where, of course, you're averaging there, but there's days where they'll run 10, 15, and there's days where they'll run well, maybe none,
Yeah.
one or none.
Yeah.
And I
But-
just don't think we realize those numbers.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I
And I
didn't.
was kind of surprised.
Yeah, and it all happens. Freddie alluded to it. Is we support EMS. EMS supports us. It's a big brother sisterhood.
Yeah.
That makes it all work. Otherwise, it wouldn't work.
No.
And but when we have a house fire, Cox brings out a unit and stands by in case any of our people get injured,
Well, that's wonderful.
or citizens that may have been involved in that event. But we've always got each other's backs, and that's what makes it work.
And even your little brothers in blue, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, yes.
I know there's the fun rivalry there.
Yeah. There's that rivalry. I think exists everywhere. Absolutely.
But it's all in jest and fun and great.
But they're the ones that carry the guns, and sometimes them are necessary.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Okay. Anything else we need to talk about that you guys have going on?
No, we just appreciate the opportunity to kind of share our stories and stuff
That's
like
good.
that.
Yeah.
We'd love to have
And the remembrance of this day, to see that we're still remembering and we're still moving on.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you both so much.
Absolutely.
And thanks
Thanks
for
for
ringing
having
the bell
us.
again.
Yes, absolutely.
Because again, that's a story that we just didn't know about.
Yeah.
Right? And,
Yeah.
and I'm sure the community doesn't know about. So that's
they
great.
they will get to hear it ring tonight if they come out.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to be out here tonight.
Is it
8 to 9:30.
8 o'clock. Yeah.
They
8
have
o'clock
ceremonies going on. 8 to 8 today. You can come tour. Mayor's Tours will be over, I think, sometime pretty soon here, and walk and just see all that's going on. It's worth the trip. It really
Yeah,
is.
it is. Yeah.
Ryan, if we could, how about we go to a commercial?
If I can see it.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty bright.
Welcome to Whispering Oaks Golf Course, located in Marshfield, Missouri, alongside historic Route 66. From the clubhouse to the grounds and to the course, our members and the community take pride in this wonderful course. So when you are ready to tee it up and play some golf, come make Whispering Oaks your golf course destination. You will be glad you came, and as always, have a great day.
All right. And we're back to wrap up. This isn't our normal content.
Nope.
We want to dedicate this entirely to this event and not water it down with our normal stuff. But we want to say thank you to Fred and Michael for coming on
Yes.
board and again, enlighten us. We just don't know. It was
Yes.
great when we have these types of folks on and we learn a lot. And
I just can't get over the number of calls.
no,
I mean,
I'm
just-
still running these numbers in my
Yeah.
head, and it's just amazing to me. You just don't realize that
No.
a town this size.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just it. Like,
Yeah.
we're not a huge, not a huge community, yet we still have this number of calls.
And if they're going out there 15, 20 times every day on
Yeah.
the Cox Health side alone, that's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So next show, Rachel,
Our next show will be next Thursday.
9/18.
Yes, I was going to say 28 for whatever reason. Yeah, September 18th. And where are we going to be at?
We
know?
should be back in Las Casuelas, I
Okay.
think, at that one.
I think we'll be back at Las Casuelas, which is our home base, next Thursday, September 18th. And do we tell who we have as a guest, who
Sure.
we're planning?
Mhm.
So we are excited to welcome Fast Docs to the show next week. So that'll be exciting. From what we hear, they've been having a tremendous turnout. So that just, I think, proves that a urgent care was needed.
Well, even we heard it from
Yes.
Fred and Michael. They're
Yes.
talking about
Yes.
what a benefit it's been already.
Yes. Yes.
just from their point of view. So that's been
Absolutely.
fantastic.
And we'll also have the ribbon cutting that afternoon.
Yeah, and that's normally we would have our flyers
Yeah.
up. We'd encourage you to go to the
Yes.
website or to our Facebook page.
Yep.
Rachel will have all that out there
Yeah.
of the events, because there are several ribbon cuttings.
Yep.
But again, we just
needed to dedicate today.
Yes.
To
And
9/11.
keep the focus.
Yes, but just join us back here next Thursday. We'll be back at Las Casuelas
At 9 o'clock.
at 9 o'clock. So we will see you then.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.